Hey folks, Jimmy Schwinn here. I hope you're all having a wonderful and blessed day. I am heavy in the heart today. I didn't announce this live. I just needed to have a conversation with folks out there and talk about, whether you're going to be a sheep or you're going to be a shepherd. And anyone out there that can hear me, I see some people have joined. Again, I didn't, announce this to anybody. I just wanted to go. I'm looking over here at my other screen to make sure I'm live on my wall. Real quick there. Okay, I am live. Let me know that you can hear me if you don't mind. But again, it's been a while since I've had my last live video talking about what's going on. And so that you understand, I'm involved with a couple different people in business. Rob Ford is one of my business partners in the Ultimate Success Club. Stephen Lepkowski is one of my partners in Bodyline. And I also am working with a gentleman named Robert David Steele, who is ex-CIA, ex-Marine, and helped set up the intelligence agency within the Marine Corps, okay? And I have helped him put up the steelreport.com, and I'll show it to you because I do a lot of development. But one of the things, I'm getting a lot of intel, okay, besides my own sources that I've had for decades that are running, in the high 90s on accuracy. Because again, I'm a shepherd, I'm not a sheep. I don't buy into the BS, okay? I don't believe in it. I don't buy into the BS. I'm not one of these sheep that won't look at data, won't look at reality, and wants to argue and burn our stuff up, burn people's neighborhoods up, destroy our monuments, just create chaos and mayhem. And then if you try to talk to these people, they don't even want to talk. I got to tell you folks, and I'm going to be, I was telling my wife, I'm a very positive and loving person, but as you can see, I'm a big guy, okay? And I got raised in a home where, we weren't allowed to back down. My father was a boxer. He was abused physically and sexually growing up. I didn't even know that, until I was in my, in my 17 and a half years old. I then discovered that. But, I've always been a guy that I don't run away from things. I'm a leader, right? I'm a shepherd, and I will get involved to find solutions to solve problems, right? I want to give my energy to solutions, right? So, and I'm telling you this, it's important that you understand, because this is the reason why I decided when Robert David Steele asked me, and he said, Jimmy, I would like you to, manage me and help me with getting these things going. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing with him. I said yes, because I had been praying to the Creator, Abba Yahuwah, to bring me something so that I could help make a difference in what's going on in our country. I love America. I love the American people. I would never burn anybody's business. I would never throw paint or rip down our history, whether it's bad history or good history. In order to evolve and move forward, you must learn from history, okay? You must learn from history, right? You can't shy it. You can't throw it away. You've got to learn from it. So as I'm watching this generation of degenerates that we have raised, unfortunately, I'm the last generation of Generation X. I'm the first of Generation X. My wife is the last year of the baby boomers. And I have millennials that are my children. I have 4 of them, okay? And I'm not generalizing all millennials, okay? I'm not generalizing all millennials. But I can tell you that my generation was raised very, very strong with the baby boomers, right? My father right now, God rest his soul, he would be, in his 70s, his mid 70s right now, almost 78. And he passed at 54. And he raised us very strict. He raised me. I was the firstborn, very strict. And then I look at how I raised my kids, and I didn't do what he did. I think, you know, he overdid it, but I look at how we've raised our children, these millennials, to expect everything. And again, I'm not generalizing the entire millennial population, because I know a lot of good millennial folks that love this country, that are fighting for this country, that are entrepreneurs, that are getting it done, putting a positive impact on this planet. But percentage-wise, there's a lot of these people, this generation, that just think they're owed everything for nothing. And they don't want to listen to anything. They think they know everything. But yet they're running around burning stuff down, whether they're paid to do that, whatever the reason they're doing it, right? And they all need to go to jail for doing it. I mean, they're going into neighborhoods. They're saying they're going to protect the black communities, and they're going in and destroying the black communities. They're destroying people's businesses that have been working on them for decades. You see them weeping and crying on TV. You see these punks punching old people in the face with brass knuckles. You see a person, because he's wearing, you know, a MAGA hat, getting basically beaten into a pulp. You see another individual that was up here, I guess, in Dallas, Texas, a store owner. This was about a few weeks ago. Let me get a little water here because I'm getting passionate. And they beat him down, and it looked like they just broke him in half, and all he was trying to do is protect his store, the business that he and his, you know, partners built. He was protecting it. So, you know, as I, again, you know, my life, I've got, you know, my partnership with the Ultimate Success Club. I got my partnership with Bodyline Energy Wellness and our EMF and 5G protection systems. And then I've got a relationship now with Robert David Steele. And so, you know, besides I keep my finger on the pulse to see what's going on, I go to resources, you know, people that actually I've been following for decades that are accurate, not that they're saying stuff and they're full of BS, that, you know, they're in the high 90 percentile. I'm a data guy. I look at stats. I don't look at fiction. I don't want to get into debates about nonsense and all that. I mean, I got to tell you, folks, as much love and light I come, that I am as a person, and people that know me know that I am that way. I love everybody, but I also can flick a switch when my family's life's at risk. I mean, people would not understand how quick I can flip my switch if my family's life is in danger, because I've got some punk millennials coming to burn my neighborhood down. I would warn them not even to think about it. It won't be easy. It won't be fun. Believe me when I'm telling you, it won't be easy and it won't be fun coming into my neighborhood trying to burn stuff down. All right? It won't be easy. It won't be fun. There will be a lot of big problems, okay? Well, that's all I'm going to say for now. Big problems, all right? But I see these people just abusing and using, and I was talking to my wife, we were going over this, and, you know, she's like, you know, President Trump is powerless. What is he doing? You know what I mean? It's like he's doing nothing. You know, what is going on here, right? And I'm going to show you, a couple things, so stay on. Again, I just, you know, threw this live out there. Don't expect a bunch of people to be on it. But if you like it, share it. Because, again, I've got really good intel on what is going on. What is going on. I got to be careful what I say because, of course, Facebook, with their bias and you know, dictatorial, you know, editing, or what they call fact checking with a bunch of people that believe one way. I mean, you know, our government should be filled with the people in proportion to the population. Meaning, if, you know, I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat, I'm an American. I usually sit at the independent side of the equation, but I am conservative, and I have some libertarian type of views about certain things. But, you know, the one thing that I see here, I hate these parties, okay? I hate all parties. I'm sorry if you're part of them. I just don't like them because The people that really run everything, not the puppet governments and all of that around the world, but the people that are really running everything, that get 80% of every dollar worth of profit on the planet, that own most of the Fortune 500 companies, they're laughing right now at this divide and conquer strategy, where they're dividing white against black, black against white, Hispanic against black, white. It's just all division, religion, division. Everything's division, divide and conquer. They know this. Keep the sheeple fighting while we just steal everything. We steal it all and keep them fighting. And when we're ready, we'll just take them out. You know, we'll release a virus. We'll set off something. We'll do something to take them out. And we can stop it. We, the people, can stop this. You are powerful. I am powerful. They are evil. Okay. And again, getting back to my wife, because I'm very, you know, I people that know me know that I get things done. I know how to make a lot of money. Okay. I've been doing it for 23 years online. That isn't what this is about. This is about the survival of America and the survival of the world, because if America goes down, man, this whole world's going into severe communism. I mean, China, social scoring, you know, you say something against the regime, and then somebody comes and picks you up, and you're never heard from again. Folks, look around at what's going on. I won't even leave my house right now because I will not wear a mask, okay? And my hair will go down, it'll grow down to my ass before I wear a freaking mask, all right? Because what is a mask? Back in the slavery days, which is a horrible thing, whether it was black, white, you know, Spanish, whatever, nobody should be anybody's slave, ever, okay? We're supposed to be love and light brothers and sisters. But what do? They made him put on a mask. They don't want you to talk. These masks, even on the box, say they don't help with the situation. Me, I couldn't do that because I had a mold situation in here with my lungs. I had a mold situation, so I could not even wear a mask. So I can't get my hair cut because I won't wear a mask. If I go out, knowing me, the first person that tries to attack me because I don't have a mask on, just my instincts, you know, my fighting martial arts instinct, wrestling, boxing, martial arts, I did it all, football, baseball. I mean, you know, I have to be careful because I could take somebody and just destroy them very quickly in a matter of a minute, okay? So I'm not going to have people attacking my wife or attacking my son or attacking me because I don't want to be a sheep wearing a mask, okay? Now, if you think you need to wear a mask, wear it. That's your right. That's your right. You have a right to wear a mask. But you do not have a right to tell me to wear a mask. You do not have a right to come to my home, threaten my family, burn me down. I mean, I'm a white male, right? I'm a white male. I've never owned a slave in my entire life. My wife is Dominican and Puerto Rican. My children are half Latino. My grandchildren are Asian and African American. But yet I'm looked at like I'm the devil based on this left-wing insanity ideology that's going on. And folks, if you're a left-winger and you're on my Facebook friends, please unfriend me. I want nothing to do with you. I don't want to help you make any money. I don't want to do anything with you. If you support this rioting and you support this beating down of old people and you support the burning of people's businesses in communities of where they're supposed to be helping these people, they're supposed to be protesting based on these people, then please unfriend me. Don't look at me. Don't do it. If you ever come around me trying to threaten my family, I will show you the hand of God. I will show you the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. I promise you that, okay? Because I'm no one to play with. You ask my wife, who's been with me for 30 years, all right? I'm no one to play with. But at the end of the day, you have to snipe me, all right? You got to take me out, like, covertly, all right? But at the end of the day, what's going on is absolutely disgusting. It's un-American. We are American people. We're human beings. I'm watching my country that I love, that I went into the military for, falling apart with all this division, this hate, this terrible vibration of hate that's going on. We got these children, these children, because their minds are not even formed completely till I think they're like 28, running around, beating up old people, destroying private property. I mean, you know, again, my question is, President Trump, and sorry about that because I am emotional. I love this country, right? I love this country. I love the people of this country. President Trump, what are you doing, man? The Democrats of these states that you wanted to look bad, they look bad. They look terrible. Anybody with a freaking brain can see how bad they are as they led the old people into the nursing homes with this corona stuff. And you have vulnerable people with weak immune systems that are old. Now they died, right? All this is horrible, right? This is all just a horrible situation. And then because of something that is, taken really, about, and again, I know there's a virus out there. I know about coronavirus. I had a kennel for many years. We vaccinated the puppies with coronavirus, parvovirus. They had to go through a regimen. You couldn't even place them. So I understand all about it. I know there's been coronavirus around. I know this is a new strain, all that. But you just look at what's going on and what people are willing to do to stay in power or to get power. This whole system that we have is corrupt. It's disgusting. We need to go back to what the original purpose of this country was, the republic, and get back to basics. People that don't love this country, that hate the past. I mean, America's not perfect. She's done bad things, right? We all have. Anybody who's truthful will admit they're not a perfect person. And we all have done bad things throughout our life as we're learning. But, I look at it, it's like what my wife Cindy's saying. It's like, what is President Trump doing? As these people are getting beaten down, their businesses are being burned, regardless of if their mayor's Republican or Democrat. And unfortunately, most of it is Democratic, unfortunately. And, isn't the president of the United States supposed to be protecting everybody? We've got right now the militia with police, with ex-veterans getting together. Now, these are what they call, quote unquote, patriots, right? And I consider myself a patriot. Am I going to go out and hurt people? No. If somebody comes and invades my house, my property, my family, yeah, they're going to get met with deadly force. Okay, there's no if, no and, no but about it. Don't even think or hesitate. It'll happen, right? But we got a situation that if President Trump, and I believe and I feel and I'm hearing, things are going to get ratchet up to the next level, okay? It's going to go this way all through the summer into the election, right? There's a lot of things going on with mail-in voting and all this, my gosh. If you don't have a birth certificate and you don't have an ID, you know what I mean? Then you shouldn't be able to vote. Sorry. You put some hate on my thing. Go ahead and put some hate on my thing. You shouldn't be able to vote. And I'm going to take it one notch further. And some of you might not like what I'm going to say. If you're not a spouse of someone who's paying taxes, okay, or you're paying taxes, or you're running a business or whatever, you're actually contributing to paying for the expenses of America, okay, in some way, somehow, whether you're a mother at home supporting the father, or you're a father at home supporting the working mother, or you're a business owner or whatever, and you're an American and you got an ID, you should be able to vote, okay? But if you don't, and you're continuously on, and I believe in welfare to help people. I believe in food stamps to help people. I believe in that. I believe there shouldn't be one person on the street. No homeless people should be on the street. No homeless people should be on the street. We should put them into a place where they can get help, and we can try to help them get back on their feet. I mean, the money we spend around the world on bases and wars, it's ridiculous, okay? And we have our people laying on the street, defecating in the street, shooting up in the street. It's disgusting. It needs to stop. We need to save these people, okay? But getting back to my point is that, you know, we got all of this hate, all of this violence, all of this negativity vibration coming out. I even told my wife, you know, I hardly ever say the F word, okay? I've not said it, used to say it all the time. I mean, I would, like I said, my wife's known me for 30 years. I have my call center. If you gave me negativity or anything, I'd physically throw you out, okay? And I wasn't worried about cops because I trained most of their dogs, so I didn't care. Most of them loved me to death, and I would physically throw you out, all right? So I've come a long way, you know, in the last, let's say, 15 years, all right? But, you know, I'm looking at all this negativity and all this hatred, and the world is shaking, and things are going to get worse, okay? And again, I'm a positive dude. My businesses are rocking. Body lines rocking, EMF protection, 5G protections flying off the shelf. The Robert David Steele project is rocking. What I'm doing with my partner Rob for is rocking. My businesses are growing, so I'm blessed. I give all the glory and honor and praise to the Heavenly Father, Abba Yahuwah, and Yahushua Christ, His Son. All the honor and glory and praise go to them for what they're utilizing me for during these times, what they've given me, the skills that they've given me for this time, okay, for this time. This is your time. This is your time. You better speak out. And again, people that know me, I'm all about positivity. I understand like attracts like. I own an energy wellness company, part of it, okay? So I'm very, very aware that positive vibration creates positivity. Negative vibration creates negativity, okay? So when I'm out there fighting against something, I'm giving it my energy. That's why we have the war on drugs. That hasn't worked out so well. Even though that, you know, all these crooked politicians and all the crooked government people are making a fortune on the drug trade, right? But war on drugs, war on crime, war on poverty, war on this, war on that. Everybody's warring. And we're giving our energy to the problem. And we're not giving our energy to the solution. We need to give our energy to the solution, not the problem, right? Now, again, we got to protect our country. I gave an oath, as you know, when I got into the military, I gave an oath to protect this country against domestic and foreign people, right? And I'm seeing a lot of traitors in this country. I hope you all are ready for what needs to happen here, because anybody who's been trying to that's been stealing the wealth of America have been cause for millions of people to die or hundreds of thousands of people to die. You know, as all these things are brought to light, as these things come out, you got to have a stomach for what needs to happen, because you cannot have this type of behavior going on. Okay, if we're going to live in this country together in peace, then there's one law for everybody. One law for everybody. You don't get favoritism because you're this person or that person. You don't get favoritism. One law for everybody. It's equal justice. Okay? And traitors to America, they need to be executed. Okay? In my opinion. People who have killed people for their personal gain or have stolen the wealth of America and sold it to whoever, when that's found out, they shouldn't be living. Okay? They shouldn't be living. You know, maybe some of them are cooperating. There's a lot going on, folks. I can't get into all the intel, but I'm telling you, over the next few months, and again, my businesses are booming. I'll have the best year ever. And as long as there's an economy, I'm going to be flourishing in it, okay? I always position myself properly, okay, in whatever situation. But you better get water, you better get food, you better get ammunition, you better get some of that stuff in your home. I have it here, you know what I mean? Don't come to try to get it, because it'll be the last day on the earth for you if you do, okay? But you need to get it. You need to get it, and you need to start talking to your neighbors, and you need to start getting ready to protect your neighborhood, okay? Because from what I'm hearing, they're getting ready to set this off. If Trump does not come down on these people with the military, and I know that sounds horrible, believe me, the last thing I want to see is military on the streets, right? I was part of the military. I know what trained soldiers can do, okay? They're very efficient at one thing, killing, all right? Very efficient at killing. They're experts at killing. Just like if you go to a slaughterhouse where they're doing the cows and the pigs and all of that, they're very efficient at killing. I mean, I had a friend of mine that owned a butchery when I was growing up, and I went in there. It was horrific, okay? The word is horrific, and you would see these people covered in blood from head to toe, just doing it like me and you're talking, just boom, 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 boom. So they're very efficient at that, right? So there could be situations that could happen. But as Americans that love this country, that love the creator of all things, and that love each other, and that are love and light, we also have to be willing to protect each other. We have to be willing to protect each other, okay? That's a very, very important thing. You've got to be willing to protect each other. Now, listen, I know, again, I'm a very positive person. You know, I got a big team growing with my Ultimate Success Club with my partner, Rob Four. Got a lot of great things going on, and the people that are watching this that are involved in that stuff, you know I'm a positive person. You can do anything that you set your mind to. But I'm also realistic in the fact that we've got to understand that we've got to protect our communities. And we got to protect them, because we can't have people coming in and burning our stuff down, all right, because they got a problem, you know. They got a problem. They want things to be their way, and they don't want to discuss it. They just want to use violence to do it. So we've got to protect our families. You need to store up on water. Make sure you got a month or two worth of water in your home. Make sure you've got a few months worth of food. I mean, do it, and make sure you've got something to protect your family. If you don't believe in guns, then get some freaking bow and arrow, or get some knives. I don't know what to tell you, but you better get something. Okay, I'm ready to rock and roll over here. Okay, do I want to? No, I don't. No, I don't. I would love to see tomorrow that everybody, or right now, this minute, that everybody could be love and light to each other, and we could actually start focusing on solutions for the big problems that we have, like our whole Pacific Ocean having 3 states the size of Texas of plastic in it, and animals floating up on the shore full of plastic and dead. Fukushima pouring its radiation into the Pacific Ocean, right? Our homeless people sleeping on the streets, injecting themselves and defecating on the streets, all right? We got a lot of problems that we do have solutions for, as long as we focus on those solutions. But we have 2 parties, and again, I don't like parties, and excuse me if you're a Republican or a Democrat. I've been a Republican in the past. You know, I'm an independent. I don't even want to be anything. I just want to go vote for who I believe in, that's going to do the right thing, at least do as much of the right thing as possible, because there's so much control going on. It's like my wife is said, President Trump doesn't have any power at all. You know what I mean? It's pretty obvious that you heard him the other day talking that the hardest government for him to deal with in the world is the United States. Think about that. The hardest government for him to deal with in the world. Now, when I'm involved in this other thing, I'm going to show you real quick. Let me pull up my screen. Okay, you're gonna see me a few times. Let me go over here. I'm gonna move this over here, so I'll look over here at the over here at this stream. It's called StreamYard. But this is something of the gentleman that I'm working with. His name's Robert David Steele. Let me pull this up here. So I now have to be a little bit more into the know, even more than I was before, because I'm helping him, because this guy is truly trying to save this country. I mean, getting things to President Trump, he's creating images, he's doing all kinds of stuff. And, you know, I resonated, again, I have my own opinion about things, right? But anybody who's fighting to save our country and that has a background like this gentleman who's 68 years old, I mean, you look at him, former Marine, CIA case officer, co-founder of the U.S. Marine Corps Intelligence Activity. Okay, he was recommended for the Nobel Peace Prize in 2017. He helped set up, you know, things for different agencies, world agencies around the world. I'm going to put his website in this video so you can just take a look at it. You know what I mean? And I prayed about it. You know, I had been praying about someone coming into my life that I could actually feel, because I got to be honest with you, I was feeling like I am not doing anything, right? Let me unshow my desk for a second and get back to you face to face here. I was feeling like, you know, I'm making this money, right? You know, my family's, you know, blessed, you know, we're good, all of that, but yet I'm watching America just burn down around me. It's just burning down around me, right? And again, I'm very careful what I say, you know, the positive vibration going out to get the positivity back. And I got so many deals coming to me right now, I'm turning them down, okay? But, and it's not always about the money. It's about the mission. It's about the mission, right? The mission. So, you know, I met this guy, watched a video that he did, and he was talking about 5G. And because Body Align, we, you know, my partners were the first people in the world to actually put frequencies into a holographic 3 disc that had a biological effect on the body in 2006. And he also, my partner Steve, was a head engineer at Texas Instrument. He ran 140 other engineers, and they came up with the patents they created the patents for 2G and 3G for Texas Instrument. So very interested in getting our, you know, I'll show you what it is. Because, you know, the whole thing, people don't understand. You have to do the research on it. We're building a site, 5GDangersEMF.com. But these are the discs, the holographic discs that take the frequencies in them. And I'll put a link down to the Body Align site so you can take a look at it. But, you know, my goal is to put 1 billion of those on devices. There's over 100 million devices globally that are emitting EMF radiation. And if you go to pubmed.gov and look up EMF radiation, look up EMF radiation sickness, all of that stuff, you'll see that this is not good. And now with 5G rolling out, you're taking that level of EMF radiation 10 to 100 times. So think about this. Look at the effects it has on people, you know, and on PubMed, you know, I mean, look at the effects that it has on people with cloudy, fogginess, the damage to the DNA, the immune system damage, all of these things. You don't have to take my word for it. It's on multiple resources that have credibility, okay? Credible resources, credible institutions. This is the known fact, okay? This is not me saying it. So I need to protect people from that. I also own Body Align, and we are a leader in that technology. I have them all around me. You can see one back on my thing here. So originally when I heard Robert David Steele, I want to tell you the story on how I got to know this guy. And he's a tough guy, okay? Talking about ex-Marine here, right? You're talking about ex-CIA, all right? So this is a tough guy, right? I'm a tough guy too, but, you know, not that I want to be. I like to be a big teddy bear and love on people. But so I heard an interview he had with a gentleman, and they had a solution. They wanted $350 for their solution. Now, you know, ours is like $29.95, and then we have package deals and, you know, discounts and all of that to get people, you know, where it's affordable. So everybody can afford it. So we can get them on all these devices to help protect people from the harmful effects of this EMF radiation. So I figured, you know, what the hell, let me go ahead and email this guy. And I got a response back from him and got him talking. And, you know, he interviewed my partner, Steve, who again has massive credibility on this technology, right? You know, being a marketer online for over 23 years and producing millions of leads and over almost $100 million in sales for companies that I've had equity in, not including clients, okay? Having friends of mine that are publishers that do billions of dollars online per year, all right, I know what I'm doing, right? You know, you learn from your mistakes, and you're always going to make mistakes, right? You're going to keep evolving, you're going to keep moving forward. But I figured, okay, well, this guy is selling a $350 solution. Robert David Steele does believe in this, you know what I mean? Because he's interviewing this guy. I reached out to him. I introduced him to Steve. We go back and forth. And as we were going back and forth, he started asking me questions. And, you know, he started looking at what I'm doing. And he asked me, well, can you help me? Can you, you know, help me with the website, or, you know, the websites, the marketing, the email gathering, list building, you know, all of these different things, you know, creating the membership site, the Steele report, doing these things. And I said, you know, I said, yes, I will help you. I will make time to help you. Because again, I had been praying that someone would come into my life. I'm a true believer about getting on your knees. I get on my knees in that corner every day, okay? And asking the creator of everything to guide my steps, to guide my path to the destiny that he set out for me before I was in my mother's womb, to guide me down that path. Let me get a little bit of my Dog Mafia coffee. So I felt like, okay, the creator's telling me, Abba Yahuwah is telling me, help this guy. You know, that's in my spirit right here. That's what it's saying to me. And I've only been helping him for about a month, okay? And I've seen just amazing things happening. But what it is also doing for me is I'm learning, I'm getting more intel. Because now it's not only my own resources that I'm getting intel from. He's now one of my resources that I hear what's going on. I'm CC'd on this stuff, okay? I'm seeing it with my own eyes. I'm not going to go over it with all of you folks. I'm just going to tell you what I think you need to do based on what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, okay, from credible people, from very, very credible people. You need to get water for a couple months. You need to get food for a couple months. I mean, you can get those bales of food. Me and my wife have them. You need to get some kind of protection. And you need to start talking to your neighbors about how you're going to protect your neighborhood, okay? Those 4 things you need to do, like now, okay? This is going to heat up. We got 2 different parties battling for power. Whichever one you're more in alignment with, you're more in alignment with. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, okay? I mean, that's up to you and your relationship with the Creator and your heart and who you are as a person. But we got people that are willing to destroy each other in order to get power. This is why, you know, it's not money's evil, but the root, you know, the love of money's evil. Because with money, you can do a lot of good things to help people. You can further the kingdom. You can help the people in need. You can help extended family members. You take good care of your family, of course, right? So there's a lot of good you can do with this thing we call money, all right? But the love of money, the love of power, and the love of other people being hurt, because there are people that are very sadistic in our government, in governments around the world. They feed off of fear. They feed off of death. They feed off that energy because of their beliefs. Okay, you can believe that or not. I know it to be true. Okay. Study it, start going down that rabbit hole and seeing what's going to happen, what's going on, what really is going on right now. Been going on for thousands of years. Okay. Been going on for thousands of years. But prepare yourself to protect your family, to have the food and water that you need, to have protection that you need. If you don't believe in guns, then, get a slingshot. What am I going to tell you? Get a freaking firecrackers. I don't know what to say. You know what I mean? Get something to protect yourself, right? Talk to your neighbors. Have a weekly meeting and talk to your neighbors. What's your plans? If they start running into your neighborhood, throwing Molotov, I think, what do they call the fire bombs, Molotov cocktails or something, they start lobbing those into your neighborhood, what are you going to do about it? I mean, what are you going to do if they start pulling people out of their house and beating them and killing them in front of you? Okay, you got to have a plan. You got to have a plan. Have one. This is going to heat up. I have another video on my profile here on Facebook. This is going to my YouTube channel. I really haven't built my YouTube channel. I build other people's YouTube channels. I'm like the mechanic with the car broken in his garage, but everybody else's cars I got running like Ferraris on a racetrack. But you've got to get yourself prepared. You've got to, folks, time is running out. Okay, get yourself prepared. Those 4 things: water, food, some kind of protection, right? Getting with the neighbors, having a plan of action to protect your neighborhood. And do you know what your neighbors are thinking, right? I mean, do you have these radical people in your neighborhood that literally could, be the starting point for a blaze or, destruction or whatever? These people don't care about people. Okay, they don't care. So prepare yourself, because this is only going to get heated. I am hearing this is nothing. What we're seeing right now is nothing to where this is going. And again, I'm not doom and gloom guy, because I'm positive my businesses are flourishing. They're going to continue to flourish. I think I had 250 affiliates join my Bodyline company since Friday. Okay, so I'm not, I'm all about building business, making money, taking care of my family, supporting my whoever I want to help, doing what I need to do, right? But I'm also ready to rock and roll if I need to. Don't get caught off guard. I know this is hard for some of you to hear, right? Some people are like, oh, yeah, whatever. Well, you're going to find out. And I see a lot of comments over here, so I will be answering them. And I love you all. And even if you send me some hate, that's okay. That's all right. As long as you ain't coming over here to my home trying to hurt me and my family, you're good to go. I won't come looking for you for a nasty comment. Okay? I won't come looking for you for a nasty comment. All right? And again, I didn't even shower this morning. I haven't shaven yet. My hair, I'm looking, but I just, on my heart, I just got, I got to start talking about this, and warning folks about just, getting ready. We have to fight for this country again. Then we're going to have to fight for this country again. Okay. For the people, you look at, I'm looking at what went on in these 5 different states with these nursing homes, and look it up yourself. I mean, I don't want to get into it because again, the Gestapo, social media assets, they want to ban everybody. Anybody who has an opinion, they don't want to let that opinion out. But look at the death that happened from commingling these older people together. Ones that didn't have it and ones that did. Well, you don't have to be a scientist to understand that if you got a nursing home and you start bringing people in there with that problem, with the COVID situation, boom, of course, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? I mean, of course, you're going to have all these other people catching it. I mean, that's just, basic common sense. But you're seeing that, like last night I watched a video, and I can't even share this video on my Facebook or on my YouTube, because I got to tell you, I've never, ever, and I'm going to show you this video. I'm not going to share the link here. I'm going to my, hold on one second. I'm going to my chat where I shared this video. And I want to open it up. Okay. So I want to show you this. I've never seen this before. Okay. I've never seen this before on YouTube. I've never seen it. Okay. So let me again show you my screen. And I'm going to share it. And I'll share. Okay, I'm going to share it. Yeah, I'll share it here. I'm going to move it over. Okay. So let me just move it over. So this is the video here, right? Now this video was sent to me. It was sent to me by someone to watch. And so I go to it, and the very first thing I see, the following content has been identified by YouTube community as inappropriate or offensive to some audiences. And even when I was on our YouTube on our TV, it said it had the same thing. We had to approve it. Now, I got to be honest with you. I've watched, I don't even know how many thousands of videos on YouTube. It could be tens of thousands of videos on YouTube in my life, right? You know, since the internet's been around. I've never seen this. Now, when you watch this video, okay, you're going to have to look it up yourself because I don't want to put the link in because, you know, Facebook. You can see what it is. It was posted yesterday. Already 614,000 views. I'm sure it isn't going to be around much longer. I'm going to actually put it into my Chrome. I'm using, by the way, if you want an alternative to Chrome, this Opera, O-P-E-R-A, a security guy, a friend of mine that's into IT security, told me that to use this one instead of Google Chrome, which I knew Chrome was bad, but it was so fast. And this one seems to be really, really working well for me. So I'm pretty excited. He told me I'll never go back to the other one. But I got to download this video. I want to keep it. But watch this video and you tell me if this is justified. Okay? Is this justified? Tell me in the comments when you watch this video. Just look it up. It's from this Joe M guy. They already threw him off of Twitter. Okay? They threw him off of Twitter because they don't like what he's saying. Which, again, these social media platforms are not supposed to be doing that. If you're not threatening people's lives or something like that that's illegal, then they're not supposed to be suppressing your voice. They were protected under a specific code that gives them basically immunity to lawsuits because they're not responsible for third-party content on their platform. But now I guess Trump did some kind of executive order and he's removed that now because they are doing that. But you see some of them are getting ready to, they're putting this up. Again, I've never seen this. I've never seen this before. So I got to go here and click on that. Okay. Now this is only a 9-minute video, 9 minutes and 34 seconds. I watched this video a couple times and then once with my wife. All right. I would advise you to take a look at it. And then tell me your opinion about the video and tell me your thoughts about why are they doing what they just did with me having to approve something. I mean, it's kind of bizarre, right? I mean, now all of a sudden, I've never seen that before. And again, I've been probably watching tens of thousands of, you know, YouTube videos over my lifetime. A lot of mostly positive stuff and training. And, you know, if I get a software, they have training on YouTube or whatever, I'd watch that. But I've never seen that notification ever. Okay. So the suppression of information, of opinion is going to get worse before it gets better. Until our government decides to make a move against monopolies and these platforms become what they were intended, what they're under the certain code as being, become, they're going to continue to suppress the voices of people that they don't agree with. And this is another problem that I see, is that just as with our government, where we've got 90% of the people that work in the U.S. government have one particular lean, one particular way to an ideology and don't represent the true population of America. We should never have corporations or government where they're leaning to some way of an ideology, political ideology, right? And any of these companies that are doing that, we should penalize them for doing that and not buy from them. Just stop buying from them. You know, sometimes we are our biggest problem because we spend our money with people that do not love America, that do not love the American people, that have a political ideology of basically socialism, communism. Do we all want to be like Venezuela? I even said that wrong. But do we want to be like that? I know I don't. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to. I can't even get my passport updated right now. So me and my wife can go to her parents, which are 81 years old, in Dominican Republic. I mean, now they just locked down Texas again. So, folks, again, I did this today. I'm almost an hour here, and I see a lot of you've stayed on, and appreciate you, love you, and I'll get back to these comments. But 4 things, right? And this doesn't mean you need to live in fear. You do not live in fear. Live in faith. Live in power. Live in positive vibration. Let's focus on the solution. I have a lot of solution-oriented projects going on. Like right now, to me, Robert David Steele, the Steele Report, is a solution-oriented project for me. Because he is going after it. You know what I mean? And by me helping him, then I'm part of that team. I call it the Steele team. Is that pretty cool, right? Like a SEAL team, the Steele team. And we got some great people, an IT guy that specializes in, where no one can take your sites down, where we're all protected. So we got some good stuff going on. So I feel good about that because that's a solution I'm focusing on. My Body Align company with our energy wellness for pain and sleep and then EMF radiation is a solution, right? The Ultimate Success Club with my partner Rob Ford, where we talk about how you can make multiple streams of income online and make a living by living through transfer spending, buying products and services from companies that love America, that love the American people, that are not part of this, let's say, cabal or whatever you want to call them. There's a lot of different names for the people that are sucking up 80% of the profit, okay? This is a handful of people. Handful of people. This is not a big amount of people. This is handfuls of families, okay, that own all this wealth and have been ripping us off, stealing us blind, keeping us fighting. Well, there's no such thing as male and female. Now we have to come up with another thing. There's a cat male and a bird male and an alien male. And then they're fighting over gender. They're fighting over religion. They're fighting over race. They're fighting up there. Again, you have to make a decision. Right now, you have to make a decision. Are you going to be a sheep or are you going to be a shepherd? And if you're going to be a shepherd, then you've got a shepherd. Okay? Regardless of what you're doing now, we need more shepherds. We don't need more sheep. We got so many sheep. Oh my gosh. And they're being led right to the slaughter. You think all these nitwits that are running around burning everything up, that are getting funded by this certain political ideology, and that you think they're going to be part of the picture in this utopia, they'll be the first ones to get slaughtered. They're using them. They're pawns. They're sheep. Okay? They're sheep. That's all they are. They don't even know they are. You know what I mean? But they're sheep. They're mad. They're mad because they've been indoctrinated through the public school systems and the universities to hate America, to hate our history. Again, America's not perfect. Don't get me wrong. But if America falls, this world will go into a darkness like you've never seen before. You will be living, the end, like what it says. You will be living in that era, okay? If we get the Chinese system implemented into America, which is what these folks seem to want, that means you're not going to be able to breathe without them knowing you're breathing. I mean, you're not going to be able to buy anything, sell anything. I mean, they're talking about the digital thing on your hand and, you know, all this stuff. I mean, we won't be able to do anything. And I would rather see us fight to the death than allow that to happen to America. You know, and again, I'm all about love and light. I'm hoping and praying every day that the heavenly creator of all things pours his spirit down on this planet like it's never seen before and heals the hearts and the minds of these people that think that burning down America is going to get them what they want. It's not. It's not going to get them what they want. They're pawns. They're pawns in a game that's being played by people that have been running this world for millennials, okay? The generation of bloodlines. And that's just the way it is. So we have more power than them. We have more people than them. And we need to step up, wake up, educate, and become the shepherds that we were born to become, and not the sheep that are headed to a slaughter like they've never seen before. So that's my rant for today. I love you all. I pray for you all every day. I wish you and your family the best life possible. But again, make sure you get your water, you get your food for a few months, you get your protection, and start talking to your neighbors, okay? And find out what is their plan. Because if stuff sets off in your neighborhood, what you going to do about it? Because with the police right now, they're not feeling much love, right? So, and they're getting attacked and beaten and all kinds of crazy stuff's going on. And not all of them are perfect. Of course not. There's bad in everything, right? There's bad in everything. But again, love and light to you. I love you. I'll be answering the comments down. I got a lot of work to do today. Got a lot of stuff that we're bringing out for the Ultimate Success Club. Exciting times there too. So again, I will put the Robert David Steele's link in the description. And, you know, so you can go and get, you know, get filled in on him a little bit. Again, it's not like we're in 100% sync, but the guy is 68 years old. He's fighting for America. He's fighting for transparency and you know, accountability. And when you read his, you know, his unrigged statement and what he's doing and what, you know, he might not be the most polished jewel on the shelf. He might be rough around the corners, but I look at a person's heart and what they want to do. And that's why I'm supporting the guy, and I'm actually coming out and saying it publicly. So love you again. Take care. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Till the next time.